Hey everyone, today we're taking a look at my 2016 beautiful Jeep SRT 8, or SRT I should say, with the SRT Night Edition package with 4,800 miles on it. And I'm going to give you my frank review of the vehicle after 1 month of ownership and about 150 miles maybe driven on the vehicle. So let's get in, take it for a ride here, and see what I like and what I don't like about it. So just taking a look at the exterior here, this vehicle is a beast of a truck with the 6.4 liter Hemi V8, the aggressive styling, the awesome front. I was always a big fan of this post or pre-facelift 2017 Night Edition look here, especially with everything blacked out. The grille, the 7-slotted Jeep grille. I added the SRT badge there and these awesome huge Brembo brakes, which you can see I haven't driven this vehicle barely at all, but the profile of this truck is just awesome. You know, the interior is great, the driving experience is great here. The seating position is great. You get all the amenities you want, even for it being a 2016, except 360-degree camera, which I wish it did have. And you can see my brakes. My brakes are a little locked up because I haven't driven the vehicle. So we're gonna hop in and take her out for a spin. So as we're setting off in the SRT Jeep here, I've got 4,800 miles on my Jeep, which is fantastic. I've got the panoramic sunroof open on my Jeep, and yes, even though this is older tech than what was in my Ram truck that I had to get rid of, my loaded Ram truck, this is by far a way more engaging vehicle to drive. It drives better, it sounds, it performs better, and really it's just a fun vehicle to be in. I mean, just the history of the SRT brand and the history of Mopar embodied in this vehicle is second to none for me. This is an experience like no other. So 1 month of ownership, you know, I guess I've only driven the vehicle maybe 120 miles since I bought it, and a lot of that was just to my mechanic who installed on a nice MBRP Armor Light Series exhaust on the Jeep, and it sounds really good. A little bit of it was from here to my house, and that's basically it. So in my 1 month, I've basically done zero driving in it, more or less just to get to and from work as well. But this is, I think, my 4th time or 5th time driving the Jeep, and I haven't had any issues with it yet, but there you can hear the
New
exhaust.
text message from Dagmar Beckel.
I still haven't heard how to, or I haven't seen how to turn off the, which I should know this. This is my 6th vehicle with the
New text
Uconnect.
message from Kyla Rock.
So I haven't figured out how to turn off the text message thing yet. But I guess I could put on Do Not Disturb. Anyway, here we go. Let's hit it. This truck is so fast until you feel your eyeballs getting sucked back into your head. Oh my goodness. So I've got a cold air intake on this truck, and I have a, like I said, MBRP Armor Light Series exhaust on it, and when you're at wide open throttle, you can hear the intake open up and you could hear the exhaust go to work. It's quite frankly a sound like no other. Now, I do have to say, I think my 6.1 in my Challenger and my 300 sound a little bit better than this, but in today's standards with just transmission, it's great. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe how fast this is. And then when you want to put it into 8th gear and just cruise, you don't really hear any sort of engine noise. I'm at wide open throttle right now in 8, and it's fine now. I'm just into cruising speeds. You can barely hear a drone. So over a month, I guess, I haven't had any issues with it. Now, one thing to note here, and this goes along with our Durango RT Tow and Go that we have. The vehicle, because it has 295 tires on it, it tends to tramline a little bit. And in Wisconsin, where we live, we get crappy roads everywhere, basically. We deal with a lot of tram lining with normal vehicles, let alone high-performance vehicles. So that can get a little annoying, and I'm quite curious to see how this vehicle will do in the wintertime. I know the Durango does pretty good, but this is a shorter wheelbase, so we may notice the tram lining a little bit more. But my 1 month of ownership has been good. Now, one thing to note here, when you're in this vehicle, it has so much power, especially after just some of the minor bolt-on mods that I've done. It's got so much power. Yes, I've driven faster cars than this by far, but this thing has so much power that you need to respect the vehicle, because you can easily go 100 plus in this car, no problem, absolutely no problem. So essentially, you have to respect this vehicle, and if you respect the vehicle, it will respect you back in terms of maintenance, in terms of upkeep, in terms of driving, specifically driving, because this is such an ultra high performance vehicle. One other thing to note here, I filled up this vehicle once, and it cost me almost $100 in premium, and now I'm already down to half a tank. This truck gets horrendous gas mileage. Right now, I am sitting at 13.9 miles per gallon. I have at half a tank 185 miles left here of range. So to say this is a fuel efficient vehicle is completely false, guys. I mean, there's nothing fuel efficient about this truck by any means. So yes, as I bring up the trip odometer here, I've done 13.7 miles per gallon, 172.7 miles during my ownership period, and I've had the vehicle on for about 6 hours. So really not a ton over 6 months, or over a month for those 6 hours, but I have to say, this is definitely one of the sharper vehicles that I have driven. The steering is light, and yes, you can change that with sport and track mode, but the steering in automatic mode is light, and the steering is precise, though. It's not even numb over center. It's just very precise. It can get you to where you need to go. The steering rack here is very quick. The ride is supple. Now, one thing to note here, the Pirelli P00 Scorpions that are on here are terrible tires. Terrible tires. We had it on our Durango RT Tow and Go, same 295 45 R20 tires, and we switched over to a General Grabber UHP, which is what I'll do with this truck here, because the Pirellis firm up the ride, because they're run flat tire. They firm up the ride so much to a point where, even though this has adaptive suspension, you don't even feel a difference between modes at some points, because these tires are just so damn firm to a point where they don't need to be. It just pulls. This vehicle just pulls like no other. Oh my goodness. And you got all the luxuries in it. It really is just an awesome truck. Like I said, with the Uconnect, I should know how to use the Uconnect system by now. I mean, I've had it in how many vehicles, but again, it's just something to get used to, essentially, something that I'll have to get used to again. But really, this truck is awesome, and it's a shame that they stopped making them. If they would have made this in the new body design with the 6.4 or even a Hurricane, it would sell like hotcakes, because what other vehicle can you get with a 6.4 liter Hemi V8, tons of storage in the back, and room for 5? You really can't, besides a Durango. Even the Ram truck doesn't offer that, which is a shame. But over my 1 month of ownership here, I really guess I've learned a lot about the Mopar brand, and learned a lot of why comfortable, especially in this Jeep being all-wheel drive. So over 1 month, am I happy with my purchase? Yes, I am very happy with my purchase. I would do it again if I had to, even though I got my dream truck and I loved my dream truck, but this really is the icing on the cake for me, besides getting a Hellcat variant of a Ram truck or a Jeep or, you know, whatever. So guys, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. If you're interested in a Jeep, take a look at it. If you're on the fence, guys, God, take a look at it. I mean, this is better than a Charger Challenger 300 for the fact that it's all-wheel drive and you get consistent race times everywhere you go. So with that being said, guys, we'll see you on the next one.